Thank you, Tony. I want to put a disclaimer on this first. A lot of people have been asking me about the speech today and the upcoming weeks. And if you're the kind of person that thinks best man speech, in order for it to be good, it has to be raunchy and involve a lot of embarrassing stories from the group's past, then well, you're in for a treat.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Thank you all for being here. It's been a really, really great day and evening so far for the three of us. And especially Megan. Just looking at you right now reminds me of a time that any man might have where he first lays eyes on that special someone. That moment where he considers, wow, this could be my kindred spirit. This could be the person that I just have around me for the rest of my life. The person that he might consider, or dare to consider, his soulmate. And for Troy, that moment came approximately 20 years ago when he met me in middle school.
Yeah.
For those of you that already know me, I'm sorry. For those that don't, I'm the best man, Evan Trofholz. I can tell you this is actually the third version of this speech. My parents initially weren't supposed to come to the wedding reception. So I had to scrap the whole first darn thing because it was going to be tough for me to throw Troy under the bus without incriminating myself in any way. The second revision came after the bachelor party when I was talking to Troy's brother Doug, and I said, Doug, I'm going to give you some sort of signal and you need to send your kids out to the car when I do this speech for your sake and to keep your wife happy. And Troy's dad, Dick, overheard me saying this and he said, Evan, my wife's been a pretty good friend to you. Maybe you want to reconsider that. So again, I had to erase the whole thing and start from scratch. Speaking of Troy's dad, I don't know if you had the opportunity to meet him or shake his hand. If not, you should. He paid for the cake you're eating right now. But the guy just has the biggest and the strongest hands of any person I have ever seen. And I was thinking about those hands about the third time. Let me finish. I was thinking about those hands as I was going through the food line for the third time, as it related to Troy, and Troy becoming such a great man and a great gentleman, and it made sense finally that Troy getting spanked with those enormous hands as a kid was part of the reason that he, as a young man, was part of the reason that he grew up into such a fine individual. And as I thought further on that, if my mom had huge paws like that and consequently ate the Adam's apple to match, it might be me here tonight getting married. Not to Megan necessarily, but to some other beautiful, single, 30-something girl that's here tonight without a date. I'm in room 513, by the way. I mentioned Troy's dad. I should also mention his mom. There is a special place in heaven for Mrs. VanDyke. The resilience, the patience to raise Troy and his goon brothers to my right. She also had to raise Linda too, who I don't know as well, but if she was anything like these three, she was awful. Spank. I had to take out a bunch of spanking material that I had planned up for the first and second revision, by the way. There's a couple things I want to thank Troy for. First, I want to thank him for asking me to be the best man. At first, I was really excited when he had asked me. Excited because I didn't have any experience being a best man before, so I thought it was a paid position. And then shortly after, I was honored because Troy has surrounded himself with so many great guys, starting from when we were growing up in Columbus and stretching out to the guys we met in Lincoln together. So I'm honored that he chose me over you clowns. I also want to thank Troy for making me cool. Having been a middle schooler and now working with middle schoolers as an educator, it's so important for kids to be popular and to fit in. And if you're a kid out there worried about being popular, you shouldn't, because more often than not, the people that are popular when they're this size grow up to be the people that you're avoiding at Hy-Vee or Walmart when you see them when you're home for holidays. So don't worry about being popular at this point. I was blessed, and Troy was blessed, because Troy got me in with a group of guys that were not only popular and cool back then, like Sean and Cooley and Brzezinski, but also guys that grew up to be amazing husbands, amazing citizens, great fathers, and I know Troy will have all those characteristics too. And more than likely, I will have those characteristics too as soon as Match.com pairs me with someone. And last, I want to thank Troy, and I mean this all kidding aside with a lot of my heart. Troy, thank you for being a better friend to me than I could ever be to you. Speaks for itself. Maggie, you got a great guy, a great man, a great ladies' man. In fact, a couple stories. Troy has always been a ladies' man. In fact, I remember 14 years ago when Troy was 19 and a freshman in college, and he called me and told me he had lost his virginity, and hold on a second. Excuse me, that wasn't right. It was 19 years ago, Troy was 14, and the girl was a freshman in college. That actually confirms my point, I guess. I do want to tell one more story. My mom promised that I would tell it. It's her favorite story about Troy, and then I'll finish with some words of advice for Troy. When we were 14 or 15, we were at a baseball tournament in Fremont. We were coming home, and my mom was driving, and we were going through Dairy Queen, and I ordered, and she ordered, and asked Troy what he wanted, and he said, "Oh, I don't really want anything." And she, "Oh, Troy, come on, get something." "Well, I don't really have any money." And he goes, "Troy, come on, I'll get it. What do you want?" And he said, "Okay, I'll just have a triple cheeseburger, 2 onion rings, a beer flow, you know, and an ice cream cake." I think his bill alone was about $17, so there's no card over there for my parents And last, and definitely take this with a grain of salt, to borrow an adage from George Costanza of Seinfeld, I know less about women than any other man on this planet, except for maybe Morgan. But I do know this, Troy, never do anything to bring shame upon yourself, your wife, or your other wife. To the bride and groom.